So for more on this, I want to welcome Michelle Manat in Washington. She's a political analyst and a former official at the U.S. State Department. Michelle, thank you so much for making time for us.
Thank you for the invitation.
So what has Nancy Pelosi's trip to Taiwan or stop in Taiwan exposed in terms of U.S.-China relations?
Well, the speaker, who has been a member of Congress for 3 decades, is really making very clear to so many powers around the world, to the American people, to the Taiwanese people and their leadership, and to the government of China, that she's very serious about her long-standing, unwavering commitment to Taiwan's status, to Taiwan's security, to Taiwan's place in the world and place in Asia. And she wanted to make that and bring that message to the Taiwanese in a way that only a personal face-to-face trip can. She is speaker at this time. We are not certain that she will remain speaker into next year because of the midterm elections that we are facing in just under 100 days. And so she wanted to do this now. She is also, it's a bit of a civics lesson in the way the United States government works. She leads an independent branch of the United States government, and she wants to bring full flower and in full color the interest, the support, and the concern about the future of the Taiwanese people to them with her delegation, and that's exactly what she's doing.
Despite being a representative of an independent branch, of course, the way that this is perceived by China is a different story, perhaps altogether. In terms of reaction, we know that as that aircraft landed, China announced military drills encircling Taiwan from August 4th to 7th. What sort of reaction are we expecting here?
Well, the reaction I anticipate will take form in different levels. The sort of background noise, the expected, is what's been going on in terms of rhetorical statements by the Chinese Communist government, and that will continue. So we need to keep a very close eye on what is said, the language that is used, and by whom it is expressed. But obviously, with the benefit of the days ahead of this visit being known, the Chinese government has chosen to increase the tension by announcing these military exercises. They could just go off in a way that is without major incident, as far as anything outside of normal channels, or what military experts, intelligence experts, and diplomats will be looking at. So it's a real question. It's in the hands and in the decision-making tools of the Chinese government how far they carry this. And it is, of course, my hope that it not escalate any further. We also need to keep an eye on what might be happening in cyberspace.
And in terms then, of course, that would be part of the reaction. But in terms of after this trip is done, after this stop by the House Speaker has wrapped up, how will it impact what sort of political or diplomatic actions or conversations take place between the U.S. and China?
Well, again, I think it really depends on what exactly comes out of it. The White House and the national security agencies have made it very clear that they are hoping that there won't be any more, any higher level of tension or provocation. So we need to keep a very close eye on that. And I do not have a forecasting tool to share with all of the viewers and listeners today about what is going to happen in my estimation. But I think that China is not going to yield any ground at all in terms of making clear its dissatisfaction with this. I don't have reason to expect it's going to go beyond that. But then based upon that reaction, the different forces within the U.S. government will take their position and will so react. We're watching it minute by minute, so I don't think that there'll be a vastly delayed response. And there are other members of Congress in the delegation, along with Speaker Pelosi, who will be relaying back their impressions to their constituents and others who are watching their words very carefully. So it's a test. It's clearly a test because the Speaker of the House has not gone to China in 25 years. But will this put us in a very, very clearly it changes the situation from where we were a week ago for her to be there. But I don't necessarily think we should expect a dramatic, black and white kind of difference or escalation.
Well, we will continue to watch this. Thank you so much for your insights today. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Michelle Manat in Washington. She is a former U.S. State Department official.